backstage
As they
by
say,
that photo.
Hit the music.
Did you willingly do that? You what? Oh. Okay.
You should wear one of those clip-on mics because they seem to want to incorporate you as part of the show.
Yeah, this is awful.
Yeah.
No, but that photo is awful.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Grappling with the Gilmans. I'm Josh. That's your cue, brother.
Oh, okay. I'm.
Who are you this week?
Who am I?
Wait, hold on, wait.
Oh boy. Already. What is happening? We can't even get through the intro.
I love it.
I'm Roman Fiorella.
Okay, and
I'm Sam.
we are back
Sam Gilmans.
in the SVW Employee Lounge to talk about the week in AEW television. Welcome back to you, Roman, back at the controls after your European vacation.
I don't know how he paid for it, though.
And do you want to address the technical difficulties?
Oh, yes. This is going to be a great leader to what?
Go ahead. I knew you would want.
Did wrong.
Go ahead.
I want Pedro to listen to this. He needs some notes on what he can do better, but. You only uploaded one thing about us on the Instagram when the show was great.
Pedro.
Pedro. Second thing,
Talking
you
in the
didn't
microphone.
upload the audio. You didn't upload the audio version anywhere else, so you could only watch it on YouTube.
Yes. So our apologies to anyone who looks for the audio version of the show. Unfortunately, that
Pedro
never made
screwed it up.
Where it needed to go. It
Pedro
only
Vasquez
got up on YouTube.
screwed it up.
Pedro Vasquez. He screwed it up.
Now that you've buried.
If you want to contact him
No.
about his
Now that
about
you've
his
all right, now that
problem.
you've
Instagram.
Now that you've buried poor Pedro, is there anything else you want to say before we get into it?
Yes, we gotta start this off.
Okay.
Oh, here's something else he did. He didn't tag Matt Seidel, but Roman. I always like
Yeah,
Roman.
you had to do that from overseas. Tag Seidel.
Okay, so tag him in the post.
Tag him in all of them.
Tag him in all the posts. We need to make him know. This video is sponsored by Liquid Death. Murder your thirst, or we will go hungry tonight.
Yes, we are still here, Liquid Death, and I don't think he's going to stop until you call us.
We need the money. We
anything
need
else?
the money like really bad. Pedro's good on the Roman's good on the money, but we need some help. Roman's good, but if he wasn't, he wouldn't pay for that European vacation.
Yes.
And
Well, you have a point
and
there.
the ring.
You do have a point there. I'm sure.
Like,
I'm sure it was
how
quite.
much?
No,
how much money does
not
he really
Max. What are you
have?
doing? No, Max.
How
Don't-
much money does he really have?
Okay, none of our business. And we're Max.
Probably a lot. if
While
you
you're
know
enjoying
it.
your prime, do you have anything you want to say before we get into the shows?
Are you like a rich secret millionaire, but this is your day job?
Anything? No.
But Matt Seidel, come on the podcast. It's a really fun.
Yes, it is fun here. It is.
Everybody knows it's very fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Except when it's
Fun,
not.
hardcore happy hour.
Oh, yeah.
When is it not
They
fun?
still make hardcore happy hour.
All right.
Do that?
What?
Still around?
Are they still around?
All right.
Are
We're
they?
being told to move it along. So we watched AEW Dynamite October 16th from San Jose, California. For the second week in a row, the show began with a lot of talking.
By John Moxley.
Well, he was the start because he was in the back of a pickup truck with his crew.
But why was he no? But he wasn't even buckled in. The
One
driver
would think
safety.
that the World Heavyweight
Listen,
Champion...
If they stop,
There's only two
if they
seats
got a hard
in
stop,
the car.
if they took a hard stop, he'd be flying
Yeah,
out.
one would think...
And
the-
for a
There's
group
only
of
one-
five.
There's only two seats in a pickup truck.
Right,
And
but,
for a group of
yeah,
five,
but
they
one
should
would
have really
one
used
would
like a
think that the
minivan or
World Heavyweight
something.
Champion would have gotten one of those two seats, but he was in the
No,
back.
He
No,
really
no
should
one-
have. He
no
really
one
should have
was sitting
invested
in
in
the
a better
passenger
vehicle, like a minivan.
He's still
John Moxley's
talking.
not driving around in a minivan.
Said things
Chad
got out
Gable
of control. He'll be responsible
And
for that.
Chad Gable's Chad
No
Gable,
one.
so.
Wait, this is the first thing he makes. He said nobody knows what motivates him. That is undeniably true.
Yeah.
since he will not explain it. He said he hates what AEW's become.
I have a theory on why he needs to do it.
Go ahead.
So, he got in trouble. So, he got in trouble with the Yakuza. And
he got in trouble with the Yakuza.
yeah, and he owes them money.
What, when he was over there for New Japan?
Yeah, and he doesn't get paid till Friday.
He got mixed up. He got mixed up.
What are you doing here?
So when he was doing one of his New Japan tours,
Get out.
he got mixed
Get
up
out.
with the Yakuza. You're saying?
Yes, and so he needs
You
to
didn't
get the
film
money.
a podcast.
He needs to get paid with the money. He needs to pay them with the money, but he doesn't get paid till next month. So he needed a big increase. So that's why he won the championship, to get paid more money so he could pay off his debt to the Yakuza.
All right, well, that makes as much sense as anything he said.
This is fascinating.
He said he hates what AEW's become. Ego's out of control, dancing and partying. He can't stand it anymore. He will burn down the forest to plant a new one. He'll do what has to be done. There's a better future. They'll make it happen. You can come with us if you want, he said, and if not, run while you can. What is the need to know, he asked. Everyone works for him now. We then go
This
to
was
the...
just like a like the Elite were doing when they took out what's his face, the
Kenny?
Mark Tony Khan.
Oh, well, sort of. Next.
Jesus Christ, Sam.
All right.
Can we cut that
Hopefully,
out?
we'll cut that out.
He works for me.
Next,
now.
with more talking, it's time for story time with Adam Cole, baby.
Oh, I hated this.
I know you did.
Oh,
This
there was a sign because this was the only time it was shown.
You want to do it now? All right. Since this was the only time during the show that we got to see it, let's right now, early in the show, go to Sam Gilman with his sign of the week.
This is a very. Am I allowed to even talk about this?
I mean, we saw it on television, and it does not contain any profanity, so go with it.
Oh, okay. So this Adam Cole, of course, he's obsessed with MJF because he's a creep, a cripple creep. But intentionally,
Double C's.
this sign said MJF goes to Diddy's parties.
Yes, or went.
Went to Diddy's parties.
Diddy's not having any parties now, but it did. Yeah.
I don't even know. Speaking of Diddy,
No,
how much?
No. That's as much Diddy as we're going to talk about.
How much?
No.
Why did he have the baby
No,
oil?
no.
Why?
Okay. You couldn't help yourself.
That's getting. Is that getting
I mean, it's been in the news. I don't think I can have that I mean, it's the whole thing is a huge news story.
How about Diddy's
Okay,
trouble?
that word, but it's not. Yeah. Now,
Wait,
let's
freak
get
out.
back to Cole.
wait, can I say the runner-up?
Oh yeah. If you had a runner-up, go ahead. I don't remember.
Okay, runner-up. Do I do this later when it was explained?
Whenever you want.
Johnny Hungy.
Oh yeah.
I should do it later when it
Yeah,
explained?
do it later. Do it
But
later.
I'm not-
I know what you're talking about now.
Talk about P. Diddy?
No.
No.
I'm not
Um,
allowed to?
Cole, let's get back to Cole.
What
Let's
is
get back
this?
to Cole.
You could, but it'll get
Cole went on
censored.
for a long time, but at least he tried to explain the continuity problem that we taled about
Not
last
a very
week.
good job at it, though.
He said he loved Roddy and the Kingdom, but he had to do this on his own. He called MJF the worst human being he'd ever met. Life is filled with shades of gray, he said, and if I learned anything over the past year, it's that sometimes you have to fight evil with evil. He said that MJF would say that he betrayed him for no reason. I may be a lot of things, but stupid is not one of them, and anyone thinks you should trust a guy like MJF is stupid. He says the MJF we see now is the real MJF. He only cares about himself, calls him fake, makes fun, and he's not the first one to do this, of hair replacement surgery.
Oh, so I think
he
actually does have hair replacement.
He's a phony. He can't be trusted. Everyone in the locker room agrees. AEW has hungry young guys trying to get better, and it makes him sick to imagine them looking at MJF and thinking that's the path to success because it's not.
Because it is.
He says it's inevitably going to happen, so he calls Friedman out to the ring right now.
The path of MJF led to, and I'm going to quote this, a victory over Jonathan Moxley.
Oh, my God.
The
You don't have to
longest-reigning
give his
AEW
resume
World
every week on the show.
Nobody says, hey, that's not how you should
No,
do
look,
things.
no, you have a point
Then-
in that.
What do you want to do?
No, you do have a,
Sammy Guevara
you do-
getting a Ring of Honor
you do-
title and being
You do have a point there in that you can't argue that he actually has had a lot of success.
Teaming up with being in a movie with Adam Sandler.
Oh yeah, he's
That's
no,
from you.
no, he's gonna be in Happy Gilmore too.
Oh.
So that's actually
Father, you gonna
look.
watch that?
Maybe
I'm gonna watch
I didn't
it.
love the first one. It was just okay.
I'm gonna watch it.
No, you have a good point. You can't really credibly say that what MJF has done has not led to success because it has actually led to great success.
Yes,
Mike. No, I agree with you. So Freeman's music hits. Of course, he didn't come out. He's on the big screen instead at presumably his house with his glass of wine. He says there's no such thing as trust in this in this business. Everyone's looking to see you trip up. Cole tricked him into letting his guard down. He made him pay for it. Because of you, I can never trust again. None of this is my fault. It's yours. I know you want to beat me within an inch of my life, but it won't happen. You'll never get me in the ring, he says. You'll die with a void of unfulfilled vengeance, and you can thank me later. So Freeman is going to do his...
Question. How
Cole
will you
said
thank him
fine.
if he's dead?
Cole said fine,
think it's a good
but please
question.
never forget, I know you better than anyone. You can run, but you can't hide. I promise when I get my hands on you, I will give you the ass beating of a lifetime and make you wish we'd never met.
Also, Father.
So presumably Freeman is going to do, the thing that he's done multiple times where he's going to make Cole do all sorts of ridiculous things to get the match.
Okay, Father.
Then,
In an
I'm sorry, go ahead.
election between cats and dogs, which one's the Democrat and which one's the Republican?
I don't know.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
There's two.
No, it's the cats are the Democrats.
Um,
Because it's Demo-Cats.
Oh, that's a good pun there, brother.
Ba-da-bum.
That's a good pun there. Now,
And
more
Republican.
more talking. We go to a clip from Wrestle Dream after his match. Chris Jericho is with Renee. He said he was vindicated in his loss to Mark Briscoe. He should have won the title, but Briscoe cheated to win. He wanted his rematch. He wants it soon, and he vowed to become a 2-time ROH champion, quote, just like Jay Briscoe. So he's still going with that. Then we go
Damn you.
to the back,
So much shocking.
and Mark is with Renee for more talking.
Mark who?
He said Jericho had been known to say a lot of dumb
Sterling,
Yeah.
Matt Menard,
I beat
Matt Jackson.
I beat his ass all at
Matthew.
Wrestle Dream. Now he wants a rematch. What I can't let slide is Jericho saying his brother's name again. Says he'll pay. He'll get his rematch. He wants to get his hands on Jericho, but they needed to crank up the violence. So on the next Dynamite, it's going to be Briscoe versus Jericho in a ladder war.
I don't know what this means.
What the hell's the difference between a ladder war and a ladder match?
Well, in Ring of Honor, that's just...
So it's just a ladder match.
It's a ladder match. Finally, we get a
That
match.
sounds stupid.
FTR taking on Big Bill and Brian Keith. Bill hit the hold on, technical problems. Bill hit a black hole slam on Cash. They worked him over for a little bit. They both Dax and Big Bill both made hot tags after the break. Quick comeback, but Bill laid him out with a hard lariat. Cash hit a high cross to make the save. They go for the shatter machine on Big Bill, but he's big. So he countered with a punch to the face. He got sent outside. FTR hit Keith with the shatter machine for the pin. It was fine. After the match, for no apparent reason, the Outrunners came out just to give FTR the handshake.
They're in the coots with the FT.
Yeah.
FT
Well,
runners.
I guess they just wanted to get them on. Oh, go ahead. Here it comes. There it is. I have a feeling that's going to be on Instagram.
Yeah.
Probably.
So maybe they just wanted to put him out in front of the crowd.
Let's make some money here.
Then we go to the back again. Now Renee is with the Acclaimed and Billy.
Haven't seen them in a while.
We haven't.
Except when they beat the MXM Collection.
Right, they were on the pre-show for Wrestle Dream.
They are a great faction, a great tag team.
Oh, if you haven't watched the AEW
AEW
with MXM Connection, oh my God, you need to watch it. It's so funny.
There are some funny moments in that AEW with the male models. It got a little much for me at the end.
Got too sexual.
I think that made that is that.
He just can't. People, he just, in case you haven't figured it out, he can't help himself.
Wait,
Hey.
He just can't. No, no,
What?
I
Can
don't.
I say it then?
I would prefer you didn't. Maybe, yeah. Well,
Yeah, he can say it.
No.
He can say it.
So let's get back to the Acclaim
Hey,
with
if I
Renee.
could say it, he could say it.
She
Here.
asked what was next
Sex
for them.
Roman,
Billy
well,
said
he's
it
my
was. Billy
employer.
said it was the
He's my
gym.
employee.
He said they had 3 of the best physiques in AEW, so he's going to get the car ready and let the Acclaim tell him what was going on. They really didn't have much to say. MVP walked up with Shelton, said when they were ready to get serious, he should call them. They should call him, and he gave him a business card. I don't see anything going with that. Then, in a non-title match, Mercedes Moné versus Queen Aminata.
This was stupid.
Yeah, Aminata got some offense for a while. They ended up outside. Camille tried to interfere, so Aminata headbutted her. Mercedes threw Aminata into the steps for the heat. She came back, hit an air raid crash, and started her comeback. She had a sunset flip for 2. Then a quick snap neck breaker where it looked like Mercedes landed really hard on that one, so that was no fun. Mercedes cut her off, hit, I guess it was sort of like a Meteora. It didn't look right. A backstabber, put her in the statement maker, which is the former bank statement, for the submission. This was not great.
No,
Aminata still seems really green to me.
Green mean?
Inexperienced.
She a Smurf?
No, just inexperienced. But this was nothing
No,
special.
what we need from this women's division is better.
Joe Hendry.
Is what?
Joe
It's
Hendry.
better.
Is better.
We need better. Some of these women's wrestlers are too.
Well, you've got no shortage of talent there, but you know.
He's not using it.
Right now, you don't have.
Tony Khan's not using it right.
We haven't seen Britt in a while, I guess, because she's still maybe recovering from her illness.
I say it's a work.
You know, Tony's been.
I say your work.
That doesn't make any sense. They had to change a match that they announced on last week's Dynamite that would have been much better if it had been Willow versus Britt instead of that 4-way that went so
I
badly.
say that. I think your work.
No.
I'll get the chair.
We go to the back.
The candlestick over
The Young Bucks meet up with Private Party. Brother Zay talks about how they almost beat them at Wrestle Dream. They said they wanted a rematch. Matt said he was wrong. They weren't a mid-card act. But with that said, that doesn't work for us, brothers. In fact,
like Hulk Hogan.
In fact, Nick said that was your last title match with them. Then Stokely walks up, said the Private Party had been in AEW since the Obama administration and had nothing to show for it. If you challenge those for those titles and lose again, he says, you're toast. He added, also, everyone knows that Zay is a single star in the making. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
he
but
left
Zay.
Zay, and Zay made a strange comment saying, if that's what it takes, that's what it takes, as if they were receptive to Stokely, I thought. So that seemed kind of weird. After the break, there's the Elite for more talking.
Oh God!
Yeah, it's a lot of talking.
Stinks.
But this actually was better talking, because
Nothing is better
Jack-
talking on a
Jack-
wrestling show.
Jack Perry said it was Kenny Omega's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Talked
Kenny.
about how Kenny had been gone for a
Happy
while
birthday.
and had 20 feet of his intestines removed to save his life after they almost ended it. So they wanted to get him something special on his birthday. They show a birthday cake, but then they spill all manner of animal parts on it. Okada, of course, says, happy birthday, B.
No one can say it.
Perry ends it by saying, get well soon or die, I don't care.
At least
This
they're
is-
talking about Kenny.
Exactly. This is a very good sign in that this is the second time recently, because Callis did it and now these guys did it, where they have talked about Kenny Omega. So maybe between that and the thing with him and Tanahashi that got posted online, maybe Kenny's return is soon.
Speaking of which, we're speaking of Tanahashi. That's on 2026.
Yes.
Big day for big year for
2025 is a
retirements.
big year for retirement tours between Cena and Tanahashi. So yeah, no, the fact that they're talking about him, I think, is a good sign.
Instinct.
Back to the ring. The Elite,
He came back.
Okada and the Young Bucks taking on the conglomeration, Rocky Romero,
Rocky Romero.
Orange Orange Cassidy, and Kyle O'Reilly. This went on for a bit, so we'll cut to the end. Okada tombstone Romero. The Bucks hit O'Reilly with a double elbow and then started pumping up their shoes. They spent
Pump it
so
up,
much time
pump it
pumping
up.
up their shoes that O'Reilly just stood up, walked over to the corner, and tagged in Orange. That was actually pretty funny.
Pump it up.
He made
pump
the
it up. I
comeback,
want
goes
those
for the punch
Reeboks.
on Matt. Then Wheeler Yuta hits the ring, attacks Orange for the DQ. Then the rest of the crew comes out, starts destroying the conglomeration. Moxley jumps the rail, gets in the ring. The Elite left, and they just stood in the aisle watching this. They killed Orange 4-on-1. Action Andretti and Top Flight tried to make the save, but they got killed. This is going to be a recurring theme through the show, everybody. Then the Dark Order ran down to try and make the save, screaming at the Elite that they needed to fight, which they did not, so the Dark Order got killed next. Again, you're going to hear this more than once tonight. Jack Perry came out and told the other three to go to the back. Moxley then starts talking some more, saying if you were involved in AEW, you're under attack. If you didn't like what happened in Wrestle Dream, you need to understand this is the cost of doing business. They ran out through the crowd when CD and a bunch of the officials from backstage finally came out to help.
But let me say something here. They are making these baby faces look like fools.
Some of them.
Cassidy.
No,
They made Bryan Danielson look weak.
Well, again, I think the deal with that is, he went into the match obviously limited physical. Right. Not Private Party. Not Private Party.
No, they made him look like geeks. Jeff Jarrett looked like a geek. Darby looked like a geek.
Right, but I mean, we're just on this show.
Dark Order looked like a geek.
On this show, the repeated victims, because this is not the first time we're going to talk about this, was Top Flight.
Baby faces are looking like geeks.
Right, they are, but
do better, Tony Khan. Do better.
Again, I think there's a method to this madness, but we're going to talk a little more about that later.
You look like Wish.com.
After a break, the Elite are backstage. Renee asked them how they allowed this to happen since they were EVPs. Then Garcia and Private Party confronted them. Jack got into Garcia's face and then told the rest of the EVPs to leave with him. Garcia and Private Party agreed to have each other's back. So again, the Perry versus Garcia match is definitely happening sometime soon.
Alliances are being formed between the baby faces.
We go back to the ring. All right, stop.
Touch the mic.
Stop.
I will fight you.
I'll fight you.
No.
There's a chair near me.
Let's do this right now.
No, stop.
I'll drop you on your head.
Stop. We go back to the ring.
Sure you will.
The debuting Shelton Benjamin taking on Lio Rush. Lio avoided him with his speed early before Shelton started the beatdown. Lio came back, bunch of topes, hit a cutter, goes up top. Shelton avoids a splash, hit the big super kick. Lio hit a spinning head scissors into a DDT for 2. Shelton then hits his run up the ropes hip toss off the top rope. 2 big German release suplexes, another super kick. Then something got messed up here, but it maybe it was supposed to be a flatliner. I don't know, but it didn't look right. And then a T-bone suplex for the pin. This accomplished what it was supposed to because it made Shelton look really good. And given what I said about this last week, he is in really good shape, for 49, but he is still 49, and again, I feel like that's an issue. But this, again, I guess while you were enjoying yourself on your vacation, you didn't watch our show last week, because I had some things to say about use of older stars. Yeah, it's it's okay. He's... But
now that's what Roman did wrong this week.
This accomplished what it was supposed to because Lio was a good opponent because it made Shelton look really good. After the match, MVP cut a promo on Swerve and says they should finish the conversation they started at Wrestle Dream. We go to the back.
No, but then it's outside it'll be Swerve.
Well, that's
versus Shelton.
Yeah, we're gonna get that because they go to the back.
At Fright Night.
Renee is with Swerve and Nana. Swerve says he saw what Shelton did out there with Lio. Says if you want to come after the big dog, the answer is yes. Anywhere, anyway, anyhow, he'll be there. So on that, not the next Dynamite, but the one on the 30th, it is going to be Swerve versus Shelton. I don't think I'm going out on much of a limb here, where I would think if we're going to see Bob I would
if
think
you're
that's going to
nasty.
be the night. Do we agree?
Yes.
Yeah,
And 3 days after, we will be at Collision. If
They also have Chris and Camille.
Yes.
on for that.
And here's the interesting thing. We will probably be the top stars of that Collision.
Wow. You just buried the whole most of the AEW roster, brother.
Oh, yeah,
There'll be some. Look, they're
hey, if we had a line for autographs for me and autographs that just say Evil Luno, I'll probably think we'll have more.
they're on national television.
And I'm on YouTube, so
yeah,
what?
I'd be in the so see. To be honest, I'd be in the Evil Luno line. I gotta be.
We go to the ring. Shivani brings out Don Callis. Callis comes out with Archer and
Now
Brian
he's asking
Cage.
me.
In the ring, Shivani brings out Don Callis. Callis comes out with Brian Cage and Lance Archer.
When did Brian Cage join?
Good question.
And why does Lance Archer look like Drew McIntyre?
Said he had something important to
or
say.
Drew Galloway.
With all the news of the family, he said, I thought we should have a press conference, but then he says he realized there are no real journalists in pro wrestling, so I should just answer all the questions myself.
Shout out
I
Dave
assume
Meltzer.
that this was a joke at Dave Meltzer's expense, since he actually was at the show. He says he's now brought Brian Cage into the family, and he wants him and Archer to take the tag titles. Then he brings out Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita. Says Takeshita's going to defend the international title all over the world. And then Don demands everyone be quiet and listen to Fletcher, which of course they did not. Fletcher said all he had heard was why. That's the problem. He says everyone wants to talk about Ospreay when the Don Callis family is having the biggest night in its history. You people want to know why I did what I did, he says. Too bad. Don says the fans were too ignorant, so they didn't get it. The Don Callis family had never been stronger than they were today.
Are they stealing the promo patterns from John Moxley by not telling us anything?
Well, but no, Fletcher, maybe we're going to get something from Fletcher because he kind of backtrack on that later. We go to the back. Renee is now with Mariah May, who complained that no one was asking her any questions. She said no one could touch her, demanded a challenger, wanted to know what Chris Daniels was doing around here. I know that's an opinion you share, Sam.
Yeah, what is he doing around here? Shane McMahon would do a way better job than CD.
She said AEW is where the best were afraid of her. Anna Jay then runs out, gets into
That's
Mariah's
some
face.
talent right there.
Daniels tries to pull them apart. Anna accidentally slaps Daniels right in the face. Nigel McGuinness was overjoyed at this.
So was I. Listen.
Stop yelling.
CD.
Talking to the microphone.
I am talking to the microphone, so
Stop
chill out. No, I'm not going to chill. Stop yelling.
You have something to say?
Yeah, CD should be put in this place.
Well,
And if Anna Jay was the one to do it, then so be it.
then
I would have preferred
Okay, sorry.
Powerhouse Hobbs or someone who would hit, or someone else who would hit
Well,
way harder.
I believe
to
I
do
saw
it,
that
but-
I think I saw he got cleared, so we might be seeing him
or
soon.
like Big Bill, or like somebody that would hit like a lot harder, but like
Well,
Big Bill? Big Bill. Talk about
And
what about Turbo
intentionally.
Floyd? You know what I'm saying?
And intentionally.
You know what I'm saying?
And I wanted them to be hit intentionally, but this will do for now.
we then get more talking from Ricochet.
Well, speaking of Ricochet, WWE just lost their favorite best announcer.
Well,
so eat it.
Eat
it, WWE.
Well, apparently,
Eat it,
I
Roman.
just read something today. What does he have to do with that?
Oh, he's a
Apparently,
WWE
she
mark.
also wants to start a music career.
Oh, hell no.
So, yeah, apparently she's a singer. So that seemed to have something to do with her departure, that she just wants to pursue music.
Follow your dreams.
Just give her a bunch of money.
They don't need a ring announcer. I mean, you got Justin Roberts.
Oh, Justin Roberts, listen.
You got Justin.
Yeah, but then we have that other lady doing the
Arcady.
Arcady.
Oh yeah, well she would definitely be an upgrade over Arcady.
Yeah, so.
But if she look,
And Ricochet's there.
and
And
here's
with that
what,
new
look,
TV
I'm
deal,
just
they have money to spend.
I'm just spitballing here. I'm just but I would
Damn,
think
money
maybe
to
if they
spend.
wanted, look, if they wanted to, if she wants to pursue music primarily, I mean, you could bring her in for the pay-per-views. If she just wanted to come in for a night, you could do that if you wanted to bring her in. I mean, she's good at her job. I had no problem with her.
But now we have.
As
Lily
for her
Garcia
husband-
back.
Ricochet said everyone saw what happened at Wrestle Dream. Takeshita did not beat
She's
him.
too old.
He beat Will, and Ricochet was undefeated. He said, your matches dictate how good you are. And with that said, he'll be there on Collision to show why he's out of this world. We go to the back. What do you mean be quiet? We're doing a
I
show.
heard a random lady singing.
You want dead air.
I do.
Yes, I do.
I want a podcast where it's just silent.
Same. That's what I want.
We go to the back
We got it for a second. Let's go.
where the BCC is killing Top Flight and the Dark Order again.
These fools.
Then they jump into the back of the truck and zoom off. Here comes
Wait,
Max.
okay.
John Silver
Talk about driver safety.
goes
man. My
running
God.
after the truck, and apparently he claimed on his social media that he caught them. I do not believe this. And Top Flight challenged the BCC for collision. So, Max,
What? I believe anything Johnny Hungry says.
Max,
Wait,
your
wait,
sign
wait,
of the
wait.
week,
Isn't
the
his
second
nickname-
place,
Wait, isn't his nickname the Meat Man?
it is.
Yeah, I believe anything the Meat
Your
Man says.
your second place sign of the week is
John Silver, Johnny Hungry.
no, it was John Silver.
John Silver, the fastest man alive.
Yes, that was a good one.
He caught that truck. Yes, he is.
Main
He
event.
caught that truck, you know what I'm saying? He caught that. He caught that.
Main event time.
He got it.
Switchblade Jay White
That's true. That's the true American dream.
versus Christian Cage.
You know?
They went for a while. We're just going to jump to the end. Christian has Jay set up for the spear.
Was this the main event?
And then for some reason, there's Kip Sabian again. He jumped up on the apron. The distraction gave Jay some time to recover, so Christian missed the spear. Then things got a little wonky. Angry Hangman shows up on the came out from under the ring and shows up on the apron. Everyone saw him, but the announcers didn't say anything, so I assumed that he came out too early. Then they showed him like laying on the floor, sort of hiding, so then the announcers had to acknowledge it. This was weird. Jay hit the Uranagi for 2. He goes for the Blade Runner, but Christian rakes his eyes and hit the Unprettier. Jay kicked out at 2. Jay makes another comeback, goes for a superplex. Christian threw him off and hit the diving headbutt. Jay kicks out. Kip jumps up and distracts the referee again, which allowed Angry Hangman to hit Jay White with the buckshot. Christian crawled on top for the pin. What is the point of this Kip Sabian thing?
I have no clue.
Why does he keep showing up? Now, after all of the torment that Christian has given him, he basically helped Christian win.
He looked like a
What
fool.
is this?
Maybe Kip Sapien just doesn't know what's happening. It's just
I
doing random
don't
things.
know.
Also, Juice Robinson is gift wrestling.
So ends Dynamite.
Meh show.
Not a great show.
Collision was better.
Anything with John Silver chasing John
Yeah,
Moxley's truck and Juice Robinson is amazing.
Not a great show.
It was a great, great show. Great show.
What about it that was?
John Silver and Juice Robinson.
I mean,
obviously.
Some of that sign that talked about Diddy. I mean, like,
Yeah,
Really?
come
The
on.
sign. Wait a minute.
it
So
was
the-
topical.
So the sign, which
Like, come on,
defamed your hero, was your favorite part of the show?
Yes. No, my
It was
favorite-
topical.
No, but listen. Any
You broke Roman. Congratulations.
Any show-
Talking about
any
Diddy
show
anymore?
with a sign
P.
that
Diddy?
spells P. Diddy and
We
John
cannot be having
Silver's
this discussion.
chasing a truck and Juice Robinson. That's a great show in my book. That's a great show in my book.
Okay, this is the second week in a row where Dynamite was
Where
less.
Dynamite was amazing.
was
It
not
a
great.
miss. No
We-
cap, fam.
Hit or miss, no cap.
Yeah, negative
Oh,
aura.
here they go.
Negative.
Here they go with their
Negative.
lingo. Now they really broke Roman.
He's not good.
No
Come
cap
on,
fan,
you
no-
missed
No.
this. Yeah,
No
yeah,
cap fan, that was a miss.
yeah. That's
cap.
nice of you to acknowledge, even while you were on your European
Now
vacation.
give us something, give money.
Yes,
We also watched. Wow, what a week! AEW Collision,
sadly.
October 19th from Stockton, California.
Oh.
What a collection of geeks this show had.
That's not a great
We
show.
start again once more with John Moxley talking. This time he wanted to talk about the title. Said nothing's changed. Nothing's changed since the moment he got to AEW. Nobody owned the belt. It didn't belong to anyone. It's for a position, and only one man has sat in that chair, and that's him.
Wait,
He
who's
said
talking?
someone spent a lot of money on the belt, and it's supposed to mean something, but to him, it's a symbol of everything he hates and has been fighting against for years.
Who's he
Again,
talking?
that makes no sense.
Who's talking?
He's Moxley. He said, tonight they'll give Top Flight a gift, being a shot at the Trios title. They're at the foot of a mountain, and the mountain looks like all of the BCC. We will win this war, he said, because our cause is just and our enemies are weak in spirit. It will be a public execution tonight. The show begins.
Guys, I'm not going to lie. I think that's illegal.
Ricochet's in the ring. AR Fox answers his challenge. So it is Ricochet versus AR Fox.
I didn't even know he was still hired by AEW.
We had not seen him in quite a while. Ricochet ran wild for a bit early. Fox cut him off, hits a spinning vertical suplex after a dive roll through the ropes, hits a big dive over the top, continues to work him over. Ricochet comes back, hits the backflip into a power slam, German suplex, then goes for the shooting star but miss. Fox hits a 450. Ricochet kicks out. Ricochet hits a running knee strike, axe kick, Vertigo for the pin. This was a fun match, as you would expect from these two. This was good. This was a good TV match.
Father, it was
a high-flying match, which I liked.
Yeah, good high-flying match. Father, they're both really good.
AR Fox came in his return, I think.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with this.
It was MID good.
Ricochet cuts his promo afterwards, says he'll go through whoever he needs to for a one-on-one shot at the title with Takeshita. We go to the back. There's Daniel Garcia and Private Party. Garcia says Moxley and his crew are trying to take over AEW.
Cheesecake out there?
We did not see Cheesecake.
We didn't see Cheesecake.
There were guys like the Elite sitting back and presuming everything would be okay.
Roman, do you know about
He
Cheesecake?
says... Look up
Cheesecake AEW.
He says Private Party is going to relieve the EVPs of their roles and their tag titles. They're not going to let the BCC take over because this company changed his life and his family's lives. He'd rather die fighting than let this place go down in flames. Back to the ring, Chris Statlander, who inexplicably is a babyface again, versus Harley Cameron.
We don't understand why, but it happened.
This was again, it was okay. Statlander hit a long-delayed vertical suplex early. That was impressive. Sends Harley into the corner. Missed a charge. Harley snapped her neck on the rope. Chris finally avoids a kick. German suplex, a series of knees in the corner. Big lariat, cradle tombstone for the pin. Then she starts talking. Says she's the strongest woman in AEW, but one person had been a real pain in her ass. So she challenges Camille and said she guaranteed Mercedes had a front row seat. So are we going to get that on the 30th?
At Fright Night.
Oh, yeah. So on the 30th, we're going to get Statlander, who once again is inexplicably a babyface.
We don't understand why.
Versus Camille.
Yes.
After the break, they come back. Speaking of geeks, Private Party and Daniel Garcia versus the Premier Athletes, who have got to be three of the biggest geeks on the roster since they always lose, and they did again here. They got some offense, but then Garcia got a hot tag, ran wild, laid everyone out with suplexes. Private Party hit the silly string on Nice. Garcia tried a pile driver on Woods. Sterling distracted enough to give Woods a near fall, but Garcia kicked out. They triple team Woods, got the pin. Again, I don't know what more can be said about these Premier Athletes. It's just like they get sent out there to lose every week.
Then fire them.
Speaking of, and
you have enough to answer. The Premier Athletes, listen, Josh Woods and Tony Nese, they're okay, but Ari and Davari, he can go.
Talking to the microphone.
He can go. He's a pass for me.
He's not as good as Slim J, you know.
Yeah,
Slim
J was.
Nothing. Then
this man is nothing compared to Slim J, knockoff Brock Lesnar.
Again, speaking of geeks.
Wait, Sam, doesn't Tony Nese have a win over Dan Housen?
Yes.
Oh, that's right, he does.
Yeah.
Which disgusts
Everyone,
me.
I have the memory of an elephant, you know.
Orange Cassidy taking on, speaking of geeks, Bulk Bronson, or whatever the heck his name is.
Like him.
Orange.
Wait, the Premier Athletes are basically the wrestling equivalent of the Hardcore Happy Hour. No one wants to watch it, but it's just there.
Once again, is it still around?
There's a burial. There's another burial. Orange hit the punch, Beaks breaks, pinned him in like a minute. Jack Jameson spent more time talking about Savage Sauce than the match took.
Savage Sauce is the greatest sauce ever.
It's the best condiment.
They spent more time talking about Savage Sauce and other nonsense than it took Orange to actually win the match.
This was a very inappropriate promo, by the way.
Yeah, we're not even going to talk
about
gesturing,
that.
Yeah, a lot of gestures that we're not going to talk about, right? Correct. Now, after the break, more geeks. Jamie Hayter taking on Brooke Havoc.
Who?
Exactly. Brooke got a few spots,
Brooke had
a
it.
little bit of offense in, but then Jamie grabbed her, gave her Uranagi over her knee, and just basically killed her dead. But then Jamie wasn't satisfied, so she hit her with the haterade for the pin. Then on the big screen, we see Penelope Ford.
Don't know why she was there.
Said Jamie was talked about how she'd been gone for 2 years. Jamie was her tag team partner in the last match that she'd had, and then apparently never reached out to her during the 2 years. Said, you've all forgotten who Penelope Ford is. You're all going to find out what 2 years of pain and anger really looks like. I will never let anyone forget who I am again, she said. I don't know that anybody's clamoring for a Jamie Hayter Penelope Ford feud, but there we go. We go to the back. Orange now meets with Daniel Garcia in Private Party. This actually got a little bit interesting. Garcia told Orange, we need to hold each other accountable. We're coming to you because you've beaten all these guys, meaning the BCC, before, and it's time to step up.
He beat Marina Shafir.
Orange said, yeah, every time I get into the ring with one of those guys, it changes me. I'm not a leader. I'm just not that guy, and walked off. So I guess the story they're telling is Orange as sort of reluctant leader of whatever group forms to fight back against Moxley and his group of killers. So at least that advances this a little, because now you've had the Jerry Lynn thing, and now you had this.
And Hulk.
To the ring, Kyle Fletcher versus Ed Landis Jr.
This was good.
The people hated Fletcher. He probably had more heat than anybody on the entire show. Don was also doing commentary. Fletcher worked him over. Atlantis came back. The fans hated Fletcher so much that they got totally into the comeback. Fletcher then killed Atlantis with a running knee, hit a PK on the apron. Fletcher then went after his mask. People hated that too.
It ripped.
And it actually did rip.
And
yeah,
you can
part of it
see
ripped.
him. So now we know the appearance of Atlantis Jr.
Atlantis came back, sent Fletcher.
Mysterio. We know what Rey
No
Mysterio.
offense, Rey Mysterio's kind of ugly. He's got a baby face.
Oh.
Wow. You just buried Rey Mysterio Jr.
Damn.
Under the mask, he's kind of...
One of the greats of all time.
I love Rey Mysterio, but he look...
You two are in rare form today. Wow.
His face looks like...
You're now critiquing Rey Mysterio's looks?
No.
He's wrestled, other than when Eric Bischoff did something stupid, he's wrestled under a mask his whole life.
His face looks like so young. I don't know why. His face looks so young.
Well, he's got a baby face.
Exactly. Like a baby face. Ha ha.
Ha.
Dude.
Atlanta sends Fletcher outside, hits a big tope. Goes for his move and got cut off. Kyle then goes for the Tiger driver. Atlantis caught him in a cradle for a 2 count. Then Kyle kills him with a draping DDT. Brainbuster on the apron. Another one in the ring. Atlantis kicks out. Atlantis comes back with a destroyer. Goes up top for the Sprog Splash. 2 count. Tried a second one. Kyle got the knees up. He hit the top rope. Yeah, he hit the top rope brainbuster where he dropped his head right down on the turnbuckle. That move is terrifying.
This match was okay.
For the pin. This was the best thing on the show. This match was actually really...
I thought it was okay.
This match was really good.
Good, not great, not bad, not mad.
Yeah,
it was good.
This was good. Don came...
I felt like a match to like boost Ospreay, boost Fletcher, and just bury Atlantis.
Yeah, they made Fletcher look good, and this was a very good match. Don then comes down, says Fletcher has something to say. Fletcher says now he is ready to talk. The people are booing him out of Stockton. He said he explained why he did what he did on Dynamite. Then, more geeks. The House of Black taking on Alpha Zoe,
I liked Alpha Zoe.
Chris Nasty,
I also like Chris.
and Olamide.
I was a big fan of Chris Nash.
Saying I was a big fan.
The geeks actually fought with each other not to tag in, so they got killed quickly.
Yeah.
Not much more needs to be said about this.
There was like a shoving triangle at one point.
They were actually arguing with each other because nobody wanted to take on the House of Black. Then we go to the back. Thunder Rosa,
Oh, this is
I believe, is now with Renee,
This was weird.
talking about how she had a concussion, but she's been cleared. She won a title in London and started saying something about the Mexican consulate before she gets interrupted by Harley Cameron.
I think Harley Cameron.
Harley was ranting and raving about something, so Thunder Rosa grabbed her and punched her right in the neck.
Listen,
Harley Cameron looked like it was no fun
Harley
at all.
Cameron
That's what I would
is
do.
wonderful at being this
If
crazy
someone tries
psycho.
to take
And,
my
like,
TV time.
Looking like she's straight, like her
mic.
her reality is skewed.
Well,
No. Listen, if someone's trying to take my TV, I'll give 1, 2. You know? 1 to the neck, 1 to the eyes. Pokes in the eyes to the neck.
yeah.
Ow,
Well,
and I get my
Rosa
TV
punched
out.
that woman right in the neck. That looked
Once
like it
again,
was.
That's what I
Yeah.
would do.
We go back to the ring. The Beast Mortos and Roosh without Jake Roberts taking on the Outrunners. They had a fun match. Turbo and Roosh chopped each other really hard early. They got the heat. They got the heat on Truth. He flips over Mortos' back, made the tag. Turbo runs wild, body slamming everybody. They hit the SOB elbow. I don't think I had seen them do that one before.
No, when they do like that,
Turbo
when they hit this
right, and then drop the elbow down. Turbo slammed Roosh again, but Dralistico distracted Aubrey. Turbo took him out, then went to suplex Roosh inside the ring, but Dralistico tripped him, held down his foot for the pin. Why would you beat the Outrunners?
If they're so over, they were
Why?
sides. People are wearing the shirt.
I don't understand this.
They got attacked.
Why would you beat, even with outside
like,
interference,
if they're so over,
why would you beat the Outrunners
If they're
here?
so
I don't
over,
get that at
why
all.
would you make them lose?
Yeah, that made no sense. The luchadors, I should say, continued to beat down after the match. FTR ran down and made the save. They cleared the ring. Again, I don't understand why the Outrunners lost that match. We get a video package with Sammy Guevara. Speaking of somebody else that was recovered from a concussion, it's going to be him and Shelton Benjamin on this week's Dynamite. That should also be really good.
Benjamin.
Main event time.
Just skip to the end.
I guess. For the trios title, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, and Pac versus Top Flight and Action Andretti.
Just skip to the end of this. This was enough.
I mean, I don't know what I don't know.
There wasn't
This
a
is
beginning and there wasn't a middle and there wasn't an end. It was just
This
so
was
short.
I'm gonna try and condense this because it really was just those three killing people. They destroyed Top Flight forever before Pac finally hit Action with a tombstone and pinned him. This was not a situation where like it was like a 50-50 deal. This was them destroying these guys. Moxley's music hits. He comes out. Leo Rush and Layla Gray hit the ring. They got killed too because Marina took out Layla Gray. Then John Silver and the Dark Order ran down with chairs, but even with that, they get killed too. Moxley then cuts another promo saying he's going to give the Dark Order the chance of their lives. They're going to put the Trios title online against them right now. So we didn't watch all of Battle of the Belts, but we did watch this second match, which was the same at the first. At this point, the only Dark Order member that was even moving around was Silver. Ref rang the bell anyway, so they killed Silver. Evil Uno hits the ring to try and make the save. They kill him. Moxley's outside laughing about all this. Then Alex Renna hits the ring. Guess what happened to him?
He got killed.
He got killed. Claudio puts him in the sharpshooter. Pac hits the double foot stomp. Reynolds submits. Claudio left him in the sharpshooter as Wheeler put him in the cattle mutilation. The beating continues. Marina slammed the briefcase into John Silver's arm while they had it on the ring steps before Garcia and Private Party made the save. This show was almost filled with so many nominees, I don't know who to name. But given the fact that they got beat up over and over and over again, the geeks, including one time where it looked like they may have actually had the numbers advantage, the geeks of the week are Top Flight, Action Andretti, and the Dark Order. I mean, my God. They just got beat up again and again. But I will say this. I mean, this is not the way AEW normally does these things. Like, I can't remember. Maybe you guys can. Like, and even in the history of the promotion, as short as it is, like when you've had a group like this just destroying everybody that they see. So, again, I'm anxious to see whether, how much of this is going to go on before, Orange decides he's had enough, or like at some point, some group of baby faces is going to have to step up to this.
I have a faction.
Go for it, brother.
I think it should be FTR.
Okay.
Eddie Kingston.
We're not going to see him for a while.
Oh, right.
I would be thrilled, but I don't think that's happening.
No, because this is my dream thing.
Oh, well, all right.
Daniel Garcia.
No, I like Garcia. Go ahead.
Orange Cassidy.
Orange.
And hypothetically, if one heel. Because imagine, like, Tony Khan is, like, so desperate that to stop these guys, that he hires,
who
Nigel McGuinness, MJF, somebody that's not, like, on the line. Like, you could feel like they wouldn't even like them.
I mean...
Wait, what about... No.
Because even Nigel felt like this was enough.
Yeah, Nigel's like, I want nothing to do with this. This is going too far. Yeah, like I can't remember like when them
the last time
just,
that this is just being
destroying people. But
this is like the Shield.
This is, I would say that similar.
And just destroying these people.
I mean, this is. I mean, if they want to push. Like Garcia. I mean, the other thing that they also mentioned, I forgot about this, was interesting, was like they said nobody's heard from Darby since Wrestle Dream. At some point, it's got to be some combination involving Orange, Garcia, and Darby. And maybe this is how you. I mean, look, if you're looking to push Private Party, Garcia, and Darby up the ladder, having them be competitive with this group of killers is a good way to do it. But my God, like this was just like this was not done in a way to give Top Flight and the Dark Order anything other than a beatdown.
I think we're gonna see this for a full gear.
Not a great episode of. I mean, this was not the best week of AEW television that we ever saw. None of the matches stood out as like particularly excellent. Again, on Collision, like Fox and Ricochet was really good. Atlantis and Fletcher was good, but you had a lot of geeks on that show.
I think this is. I want to have the show with this.
Go ahead.
Matt Seidel, come on the podcast. Tag him in this post. Tag him multiple times.
All right. Maxie, while you're chugging your Prime, anything else?
No.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you again, Producer Roman. It is good to have you back at the controls. And we will see everyone next week with another episode of Grappling with the Gilmans.
Peace.
That's a wrap.